Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Bring It to the Table podcast, because what happens at the table stays at the table. We have an amazing episode for you on today. We are interviewing none other than Pastor Levictus. I'm Tiffany Ruffin. Alonzo Ruffin was not able to, hang out with us on tonight, but I am going to hold it down while he's out.
Sorry. Let me, beloved, let me just say, correct you in a little bit. I'm not trying to want to offend you at all.
All right.
But it's Bishop, Apostle, Pastor, Master, Prophet, Judge, Elder, Brother Leviticus, Daniel, King David III. And I don't feel slighted by no means. I'm not a title-driven person. So I'm honored. Let me just say that it is an honor for me to be in your presence. So yeah, it is definitely an honor for me to be here.
Well, thank you so much for that correction. You know, he's starting early, y'all. Thank you so much. So sorry, didn't mean to offend. I am straight right now. I'm clear. Trust me, I'm clear. But we would like to get into it because today we want to talk about where have you been, Pastor?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. There are so many people who know you. My husband talks very highly of you. Yeah. He had so many great things to say about how he met you at the gas station and you stopped him. Yeah. He said that you had some great words you spoke into his life. Clearly, I don't... Okay. What was that?
Just keep going, man.
Okay. Oh, well, clearly, I don't know what you could have possibly spoke into his life, but he said that it was... Okay, Pastor. Do you want to get that?
I'm so sorry. I have to...
Okay.
Let me call it back. Let me just call it back. I apologize. Just bear with me.
Do you need help, Pastor?
No. Let me just call it real quick.
What is going on?
Okay.
Okay. So you just gonna have a whole conversation in the middle of...
Okay. I did. I meant to tell you. Okay. All right. Will do. I'm doing it. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm so sorry. That's, when you're a pastor, duty calls.
Okay.
There we go. I apologize.
I'm sorry, Pastor. What was that contraption?
I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah, please.
Like I said, beloved, it is definitely an honor for me to be here.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you, Pastor. But like I said, getting back to the topic of discussion, what we want to know is where have you been? Okay. Where have Pastor been? Where you been, Pastor? What you been doing?
I know. I mean, and that's the crazy thing is that the people have been emails and just going. My people, my handlers. My administrative staff have told me there's been an outcry of they want revival back. So they've been looking for me, and they've been, Pastor, where you? And what I can say is I went into like the passive abode of in the Bible days. I went to Mount Sinai. I've been in I went into hibernation.
Do you mean sabbatical?
No, ma'am. I didn't. That will start with a whole different letter. You mean hiatus is what we supposed to say it. Hiatus, dummy. I tried to lead you to a sabbatical. I didn't say a subliminal, ma'am.
Pastor, did you just call me a dummy?
Or sometimes you have to call a spoon a spoon. Yeah.
Okay, Pastor. So this hibernation.
Oh man. Did you graduate? Wow.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to follow you. I'm really trying to follow you. So could you explain to me what this...
What I did was go into a subliminal. No,
Subliminal.
sabbatical.
Sabbatical. Okay, sabbatical. That's what I was thinking. You were going. That's the direction you were going.
You probably. It's obvious that the. Okay. Well.
So right. So when you were in your sabbatical, like, because the people out here want to know. What does that mean? Yeah. What were you actually doing? Where were you?
I went into the mountains, and what I was doing was just I was resting. Oh man, because I was traveling. Often when I go into prayer, I travel in the spirit. Okay. And when I do that, it takes a lot out of me.
Travel in the spirit?
Yeah.
Do you mean travail?
That too. I do both.
Okay.
And what happens is I'm weary. And oftentimes I didn't have a way to get food, so God sent a raven to feed me. That's when you go on a different level in this journey that I'm doing.
Okay.
And so that's what and so I've just been. Let me tell you something.
What did the raven feed you, Pastor?
Food from heaven, manna. They don't serve that here on the earth.
Oh wow! What did it taste like? But when you get
to a place in Him,
yes.
And that's what I went to the mountain. Let me tell you, I got to rest. I exercised, and I was away from people, general population. Let me tell you, when I sat there, I ate well 3 times a day.
Okay.
I was able to I did a lot of reading. And one thing we don't take the time to do is just sit back, be still, lay on your back and look into the heavens and just get a download. Hey! Get a download.
Okay.
And that's what happens when you go into that place of hibernation. I just want to let all these pastors around here know that we got to do a better job at of discipleship. We got to get back down to it. Okay. I'm calling you all out. We have a responsibility to bring that word.
What do you feel that you're doing, Pastor, in discipling? You said it's back to the way of old.
Let me tell you. First of all, I've been Pastor of the Year 5 straight years. I've been most valuable preacher 5 times in a row.
I've never heard of that, Pastor.
Listen, in order for you to qualify, there is first you have to be all conference, which I've been all conference, and then once you become all conference, you go to state. So I was all state, and then I became an all American. And what happens is they take a pool of pastors. So the whole my conference was COGIC, COGIC, and that's the league that I'm in. And so whatever conference you're in, that's where you go. So I was able to out-preach. And what we do a round robin of 16 pastors, and we have a preach-off. And I won. I was able to secure All-American honors, Pastor of the Year, Most Valuable Preacher, and that's what MVP means.
Really? So wait. So I want to just understand this right.
Absolutely.
So who is over this? Like, because I've never heard of this before in my life.
Well, the thing is, it's like you
probably... And a preach-off? Like, what does that even look like?
It's like when you have, like, American Idol, when they got one person over here in a So it was like a debate. It's almost like, how you just had the Democratic and a Republican debate. Is one pastor over here, and you just see who can out-preach each other, and I've been able to secure that spot.
Oh, wow.
And so, different jurisdictions and that's what I was able to secure. And one thing I don't like to do, I don't like to harp about myself, about all of my accolades, and that's why I don't. I'm a very humble young man. You know, I've always, I kind of, because I know I'm not worthy of all of it, but I have it. You know, I've been able to accomplish a lot of things.
Right.
And that's just through a disciplined life.
So where can we hear you? Like, because it's like I actually was searching you online and I couldn't find none of your sermons. I couldn't find anything about you online.
Because I've also not just been MVP, but I've also been the FBI. I don't want to talk about it as much. Most dangerous man walking because of my messages. You know, I tell the truth, and the truth ain't popular. So my truth, they are afraid of it. They're like, he gonna disrupt something and shake the foundation. Revival is coming. And I'm gonna say this. It was a long time ago. This lady had took my saying, "Take the city, take the city." I've been saying that. I've been saying that, and I was going to do a lawsuit. Because I was like I said, I was traveling in the spirit, and I was like, I'm taking the city. And before
where did you take the city?
It was during one of the conferences, the preach off.
Okay.
And that's what I said, and the young lady heard me. I'm not gonna say no names. Awakening.
Oh. So you telling me? Oh, so I remember that, like back in the day when I was young, and there was a show, Awakening, and in the beginning of that show coming on, there was a lady that would be screaming, "Take the city, take the city." So you saying that was yours?
Started that.
You started that.
Absolutely.
And where did she happen to get this from?
At one of the preach-offs.
Oh, one of the preach-offs.
Her and I, one-on-one.
Okay.
No holds barred.
Oh, okay.
Just the word.
All right. And have you ever talked to her after that, Pastor?
To be honest with you, I distanced myself from, you'll find out that there are a lot of jealousy in the body of Christ. A lot of times, with anything that you have, people, they see certain things. Well, one thing I'm not going to do. I'm just going to tell you.
Okay. I'm sorry, Pastor.
I'm just saying.
I just thought of something. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, think of it after this. Okay?
So,
it's
right.
a disciplined life.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
It's a disciplined life that we got to have. We got to hold ourselves accountable.
We definitely do.
You're trying to do this show. Bring it
bring it to the table. Yes, yeah. There you go.
Bring it to the, but you have to bring some maturity
to the table. Okay, Pastor, listen. You right when you right. So let me mature up.
I don't think you got as much room as you. That jacket is really suffering.
No, you did not go there, Pastor.
I'm just saying. I keep hearing somebody say, "Help! She choking us." All I'm saying is you have to be modest with your dress.
All right, well, that's good.
If it don't fit, you should quit wearing it.
Pastor, now you know you wrong for that.
I'm not trying
this
to
is like
you.
lying.
But I said in love.
You did not say it in love, Pastor.
Yeah,
I
didn't yell at you when I said it. No, that's not. No, you are attacking.
You operating in something. It ain't in holiness.
Oh wow. Well, let me tell you something. Before you get the beam out your eye, get the log out your neighbor's.
You know what? That is so good you say that, because this is what I would like to ask you.
Absolutely. Listen, when I said I was going to be here, I'm an open book. I'm very transparent.
Good.
And that's one thing that I've noticed during these times, that we have to stay transparent for the body.
Right. Yes.
And like I always, everything I do is out in the open, and I've never been one to shy away from anything, adversity, anything, I've always been the one to make sure head on. This is so, and that's what I teach some of my young disciples, some of my young ministers. Like you have to stay the course, be consistent. And I just want to.
Okay.
This is
well,
right
Pastor,
here.
Before we go into that,
No, I just want to show this.
Pastor, before we go into that,
all right.
before we go into that, because I want you to stay right there.
Okay.
Right, being accountable, making sure you're taking that
absolutely.
big old beam out your eye before you try to take something else out of somebody else's eye. And I just want to talk. Let's just get candid.
It said before you get the beam out
That
your
one.
neighbor's eye, take the log out yours.
Okay, right. So let's talk about the log.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly, it has been said, Pastor, and I've actually done my own research, but it has been said, Pastor, that you actually have been released from prison for misappropriation of funds, Pastor. And so I would like to give you the opportunity to clear that up and tell me, like, so what happened? And it's so interesting because when you talked about like being away and you separated and isolated and stuff, it really sounds like a jail cell. So I really would love for you to like have the floor and just be clear about like, your whereabouts, Pastor. We really would like to know.
I'm going to say this. And one thing I don't do, I don't skate around.
You want to see that?
Just hold on, ma'am. I did before I even sat down with you. I told you there were some things I didn't want to talk about. I did do that. And
did you say that to me directly, Pastor?
That's a dirtbag move. You a low down sucker dog. And I'm not gonna say what I want to say. No, you laugh, but that's a really cheap journalism.
Ooh, Pastor.
Cheap interview, and I'm not upset.
You not, but you just called me a sucker dog, Pastor.
The reason why,
and you like kind of deflecting, and we really want you to definitely talk about.
I'm not deflating anything. What I'm trying to tell you is that I have no problem with answering any question, but it's just how you've done it. It's how you did it, which it really upsets me.
Well, I'm sorry, Pastor, but we here now. You said. So go ahead on and just lay it out there. Go and let us know, Pastor.
See, this is the type of energy I don't know. What are you trying? You trying to be a stand-up comedian?
No, I'm not. Okay, so I'm sorry.
It's not a professional interview. I wouldn't have came here. I came here to talk about some interesting stuff that I have going on.
Well, this is interesting, Pastor, and we really would like to know. And you still withholding. So I would love for you to. Here you go. Just look at it here. Just go ahead and you see it right there. Misappropriation of funds. And I'm like, so what actually happened, sir?
Let's see. Because it's I have a retina disorder, so it's like it's hard. Ma'am.
F-U-N-D-S.
Ma'am.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, sir. Take your time.
And you got those lights over there and everything.
Pastor, I just saw what you did, Pastor. You threw my papers behind the couch.
Ma'am, I did not.
Okay.
What I'm going to tell you, ma'am, any alleged rumors has to be proven, ma'am. That those papers,
What papers? Because you don't have them in your hands no more.
Well, what I'm saying is what I read on those forms, ma'am, is further scrutiny of a black man that is trying to. Have I been perfect?
So you haven't been arrested?
Listen, we all have been arrested one way or another mentally.
I know
I've been to jail. Absolutely, I've been to jail. Yes, I've been to jail. Like
and
Paul
you just
and them
came out
for his word. I've been to jail. Yes, Paul was in jail. Paul was a jailbird. That's what we do.
Well, he wasn't in jail because he misappropriated funds. That sounds more like Judas.
What was Paul in there for?
That sounds like Judas. I'm sorry, sir.
Listen,
if you want to go biblical.
One thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to allow you to assassinate my character.
All right, Pastor.
You came here with some papers. You tried it. That's what the young people say. Oh, it's given set up. Set up. You didn't call me here. I want to talk about my book. I got a book out. It's called Prayers. That ain't what you wanted to talk about.
Okay.
That's not what you wanted to talk about.
I'm sorry, Pastor.
You are.
Oh.
You are. And I understand that.
Listen, we don't want to go down the wrong road.
I can tell you don't know the Lord the way you're supposed to. You still
Pastor.
wearing what the Egyptians wear.
What are you talking about? What am I wearing?
Demonic face paint. Demonic ear things on your ear.
Earrings?
Yeah. Jezebel started that line.
So now
all I'm saying is
the spotlight off of you want to attack me.
Man, I'm always in the spotlight because of the mantle that I carry.
Okay. All right, Pastor. Well, listen.
You wouldn't be able to carry that
all right.
mantle, man.
Well, listen, Pastor. We just want.
Don't do that.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm not saying anything. I just don't like being touched when you have not had a level of sanctification.
Oh.
When you get to that level, you get to a certain type of level which you have not even reached yet. So,
well,
but I'm okay with it. I've just been telling everybody that I've been away and I'm back. And
you really don't want to fully disclose.
I said Mount
where
Sinai. I was in the
mountains.
I was just, I was like I said. It was between me and the Lord.
But you know that there is a Mount Sinai correctional facility.
Listen,
so I'm wondering if the Mount Sinai you're talking about is actually the pen.
Listen, ma'am, one thing, if I'm sitting here, ma'am, I don't think that's even relevant. That's not even something I want to discuss. Do you discuss anything that happened in your past and you just sit and talk about it?
Well, yeah, you do discuss it when it's a testimony and you feel free from it and it is something that can help others. You shouldn't be ashamed of where you come from. And if you just came from Mount Sinai Correctional Penitentiary, you should be okay with that, sir. And listen, I'm not here to judge. I just wanted to give you a platform to set the record straight.
Yeah.
All in all, we really, really appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, you know what?
Talking.
I'm gonna say this.
This is what I wanted to do.
This ain't a real podcast.
I just wanted to listen. I was going to say this.
No, I'm done. No, I'm done.
Pastor, hold on.
I'm absolutely done.
I was going to give you last words.
No, you know what you tried to do.
Oh my God.
You know what you tried to do, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna sit here. Don't allow the devil to pigeonhole you to something that
Pastor,
you didn't
don't
do.
Just
I didn't do it.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, I'm done and I'm gone. I didn't get to promote the book that I had.
Okay, don't try to do it now. Go ahead and do it now.
I don't want to do it now.
Prayers.
Don't touch me. Because let me tell you how you got to handle the devil, like they're a nigger in the street. I'm done with this. Done.
Oh, Pastor, don't leave. Yeah, Pastor, wait. Now you like walking. Hold on.
I don't care about nothing.
Don't knock over our equipment, Pastor.
We got 2 cheap cameras here. We in the basement.
Okay. Oh, well, listen, you guys. We have never had that happen before. So I would like to thank you guys for coming out to bring it to the table. Because like what we say, what goes on at the table stays at the table.
Let me say this.
Hold on,
do I look like I got steal? Do I look like I've been to jail? That's the thing that I'm talking about, guys.
Just sit back, Pastor.
Don't touch me. I ain't got to do none of that. I'm telling you, I don't have to vindicate myself. What I know is one thing I know is a liar. My mom used to always tell me, outlive the lie.
Well, that's all you need to do, Pastor. Just outlive it.
I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. It's a couple of things.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to just tell you this.
Uh-oh.
This ain't a real podcast.
Well, Pastor, thank you again.
Man, thank yourself.
Thank you for coming out.
I won't come on this show no more. You didn't ask me how my wife doing.
Well, again.
Water, Pastor?
Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on out, enjoying our show. And like we said before, it's bring it to the table, because what happens at the table stays at the table.